Think about your favorite spy movie. The hero probably has a cool gadget for every situation, a sports car that's secretly a rocket, and an escape plan that never fails. But this isn't a movie. This is the real story of a spy who went so deep undercover that he became a major in the enemy's army. A man who held state secrets only to be betrayed, caught, and left to rot in a foreign prison. This is the story of India's greatest spy, a man many have forgotten, but whose legend refuses to die, the Black Tiger. In the world of espionage, legends are made, but they rarely get a name. This is the story of a man who gave up his youth, his identity, and his life for a country that could never publicly claim him. His name was Ravindra Kaushik. Born on April 11, 1952 in Sri Ganganagar, Rajasthan, he seemed like any other young man, but he had an extraordinary fire inside him. His father was an Indian Air Force officer, so patriotism was in his blood, but his real passion was acting. In college, Kaushik was a charismatic theatre artist, known for his powerful stage presence. It was this talent that put him on a path far more dangerous than any play. At a national festival, he performed a solo act, playing an Indian officer captured by the enemy who refused to crack under torture. Watching in the audience that day weren't just critics, but officials from India's intelligence agency, RAW, who were scouting for talent. They saw more than an actor. They saw a young man with the perfect makings of a spy, confidence, patriotism, and the rare ability to truly become someone else. Soon after, they approached him. At just 21 years old, Ravindra Kaushik was offered a choice that would change his life forever. Serve India, not on the battlefield, but in the shadows. In 1973, he told his family he'd landed a job in Delhi and left home. He had just joined RAW, starting a journey he would never return from. For the next 2 years, Ravindra Kaushik essentially vanished. Inside a secret training facility in Delhi, he was taken apart and rebuilt as someone new. He went through intense training to become a deep cover agent, learning to speak fluent Urdu, studying Islamic scriptures, and memorizing the geography and culture of Pakistan. He even underwent circumcision to make his new identity believable. Every document, every record of Ravindra Kaushik, the boy from Sri Ganganagar, was erased. In his place stood Nabi Ahmed Shakir, a man from Islamabad. The transformation was complete. By 1975, at just 23 years old, Nabi Ahmed Shakir crossed the border into Pakistan. His mission was one of the boldest ever planned: infiltrate the heart of the Pakistani establishment. Once in Pakistan, Kaushik, now living as Nabi Ahmed, enrolled in Karachi University. He successfully got his law degree, blending in as just another ambitious young man. This degree was his key to the next stage. With it, he landed a job in the Pakistan Army's Military Accounts Department. It was a clerical role, but it was the foothold he needed. He was in. For the next 8 years, Ravindra Kaushik lived a life of almost unimaginable stress. To the world, he was Nabi Ahmed Shakir, a loyal Pakistani army clerk who eventually rose to the rank of major. To maintain his cover, he married a local Pakistani woman named Amanat and started a family with her. His wife and child had no idea that the man they loved was living a lie, his entire life a performance for a country he was secretly working against. From his position inside the military, Kaushik sent a river of priceless intelligence back to India. Between 1979 and 1983, he passed on critical information about Pakistani troop movements, military plans, and even details about its new nuclear weapons program. His reports were so vital that they are credited with saving thousands of Indian lives. For his incredible bravery, India's Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, gave him the title the Black Tiger. He was a ghost operating deep in enemy territory, and one of India's most valuable assets. His communication methods were slow but safe, often using invisible ink and routing messages through third countries. Every message he sent was a gamble that could get him exposed and killed. For years, he walked this tightrope, a silent protector for a nation that could never say his name. In the world of spies, one mistake is all it takes for everything to fall apart. Tragically for Ravindra Kaushik, that mistake wasn't his. In September 1983, RAW made a disastrous decision. They sent a junior agent, Inyat Masi, to make direct contact with Kaushik in Pakistan. a risky and unnecessary move, since Kaushik had been operating successfully for 8 years without it. Shortly after crossing the border, Masih was caught by Pakistan's counterintelligence. Under brutal torture, he broke. Masih revealed everything he knew, including the single most damaging secret, the real identity of Major Nabi Ahmed Shakir. He confessed that the trusted Pakistani officer was actually an Indian spy named Ravindra Kaushik. Pakistani intelligence was stunned. They couldn't believe an Indian agent had gotten so deep inside their military. To confirm it, they set a trap. They forced the captured Masih to arrange a meeting with Kaushik in a park. Kaushik, completely unaware of what had happened, walked right into the ambush. His double life came to a violent end. India's black tiger was in a cage. After his capture, Ravindra Kaushik was taken to an interrogation center in Sialkot and tortured for 2 years. But he never broke his silence. He refused to betray his country or reveal any more of India's secrets. In 1985, he was sentenced to death, though this was later changed to life in prison by the Pakistan Supreme Court. This wasn't mercy. It was the start of a slow, agonizing end. For the next 16 years, Kaushik was shuffled between some of Pakistan's most brutal prisons, including those in Sialkot, Kot Lakhpat, and Mianwali. From his lonely cell, he managed to smuggle a few letters to his family in India. These letters are a heartbreaking record of his pain and his feeling of being abandoned. He wrote about his failing health as he battled tuberculosis and heart disease with almost no medical care. In one of his most famous letters, he wrote a line that captured his sense of betrayal. क्या भारत जैसे बड़े देश के लिए कुर्बानी देने वालों को यही मिलता है? Is this what those who sacrifice for a great nation like India receive? In another, he sadly noted, "Had I been an American, I would have been out of this jail in 3 days." The Indian government, for which he had given up everything, said nothing. There was no public push for his release, no official campaign, not even a quiet acknowledgement of his service. Once he was caught, his country simply disowned him. In November 2001, after 18 years in prison, Ravindra Kaushik died of pulmonary tuberculosis and heart disease in the central jail Mianwali. He died alone, far from the home he had sacrificed his life to protect. There was no state funeral, no flag draped over his body. He was buried in an unmarked grave behind the prison, under a name that was not his own. Hearing the news, his father died of a heart attack, never having seen his son again. Ravindra Kaushik's story is a tragedy of incredible bravery, patriotism, and ultimate sacrifice. He was a man who dissolved his own identity for the country he loved, giving up his name, his family, and his freedom without ever asking for anything in return. He remains one of the greatest spies India ever had, a silent soldier whose contributions were massive, yet whose existence was never officially recognized by the nation he served. His life and death leave us with a difficult question. Did India do enough for its hero? Was his sacrifice honored, or was he a pawn in a deadly game, cast aside when he was no longer useful? The story of the Black Tiger is a harsh reminder of the brutal reality of spying and the unbelievable price paid by the unsung heroes who work in the dark to keep their country safe. His official records might be empty, but his legacy roars in the silence, a testament to a man who was a tiger among wolves and who died a patriot even when his country looked away.